This is TTV.
Hello, THS, and welcome to your announcements for September 13th, 2019. It is a Friday.
Which means it's Friday the 13th.
It's a
Spooky.
scary day. We have some special features at the end of our show, so stay tuned. But for starters, we will give you your announcements.
Yep. The Robotics Club will be meeting on Monday and Wednesday next week. They welcome all new club members, so stop by if you like robotics.
There will be Powder Puff and volleyball games taking place at Fan Frenzy on September 26th. That's a Thursday. If you're interested in participating in these games, the signups are located in the main office.
If you are a girl and you like to code, send Mrs. Pendergraph an email to let her know you are interested. She'll be email you back with the details of the first meeting. Also, watch out for any announcements and flyers.
Mm-hmm. It's always important to watch out for any kind of announcements and flyers for any club. You can purchase your tickets for the football game in the main office until 1 p.m. today. The football game is against Franklin County at 7 p.m. at THS. Tonight. The tickets are $7, and students who are eligible for a discount through a Renaissance card, your ticket could be half price or free. Pretty cool.
There will be an informational meeting for anyone interested in joining the Science Olympiad team September 16th at 3:15 in Mrs. Lee's room.
If you have lost an item, you should probably check the lost and found in the main office. The items that aren't claimed will be donated during fall break.
Juniors, on Monday, September 16th, there will be a meeting with Jostens at 1:15 in the auditorium to give out information about ordering your class rings.
And for seniors, Jostens will be here the next day on Tuesday, September 17th, to take orders in the main lobby during lunch for senior graduation items.
Juniors, once again, Jostens will return to THS on Tuesday, September 24th, in the main lobby during lunch to take your orders for your class rings.
School pictures for the freshman students will be Thursday, September 19th.
And then school pictures for 10th and 11th grade students, it's sophomores and juniors, will take place on Friday, September 20th.
Mm-hmm. We have a 1 o'clock dismissal day on Wednesday, September 25th. Always exciting. That's the week of Fan Frenzy and homecoming.
For a limited time, yearbooks are on sale at the cheapest price of the year. Between now and the end of September, you can get your yearbook for $65. See Ms. Dickman to place your order.
Speaking of yearbook seniors, you will need to have your formal picture made for the yearbook by the end of January 2020. You must contact Greg Green Photography at 723-2207 to make your appointment.
And now your counseling office announcements. Juniors and seniors, Miss Rose has approved for all of us to attend the college fair at Motlow on Tuesday, September 17th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. There will be more than 40 representatives from colleges, universities, and the military in attendance. Just know that to be granted an excused absence, you must follow the directions that are on the website, or you can look them up in the main office. Also, remember, we're representing THS, so ask relevant questions and be professional, please.
That's always a good thing to keep in mind. All AP tests, first or second semester classes, are $100 due by November 13th. You must take this AP test in order to gain AP status if you're taking AP classes. And now, last Thursday, we asked you guys to put any questions in Mitch's box outside of Mr. Miller's room. If you had any cool questions you wanted to ask him, that we would do that every Thursday. Well, we're doing it today because we didn't have a show yesterday. So we're going to draw a question from the box, and we're going to ask Mitch the question. So before we do that, hey, Mitch, how's it going over there?
Weather good? This guy.
He's so funny.
we love having him on the crew.
He's always a good guy to have around. So, all right, Mitch, we're going to draw your question and ask you.
Shuffle him around a bit. All right. Here you go, Mitch. This question is from Jace Pearson, who's in 11th grade. Mitch, what is your favorite place to go eat?
All right, Mitch.
Man, I love having him on the show. Those are some wise words.
Wise words.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you for answering that delightful question.
I hope, Jace, you're happy with the answer you received. Mitch gives very good answers.
He does.
Now, notice how we announced the name of who it was. I guess we didn't say this last time, but now I would like to say that we want you guys to put your name on the cards that
Please
you have turn your questions in with, because that way we can give you credit for it, and you know who you are, and your friends know who you are, and they can say, hey, you were featured on TTV. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And we had a giant mass of questions turned in the other day,
They're all great questions.
but we don't know who they came from. So if you are the person that turned in all those questions, don't be afraid to come and tell us who you are, or send us an email, or leave a note, or however you feel necessary to tell us who you are. That way we can announce you on TTV. And now we have some fun facts
About Friday the 13th.
and things for Friday the 13th. It's super cool. So I only have a few facts because facts can get boring and I don't want to bore you guys to death. But these are some cool things that I thought of or found out. Alfred Hitchcock. If you don't know who Alfred Hitchcock is, that's an absolute shame, because he is a really good horror movie director, and I think he writes them as well.
He does.
He was super talented in his day, and he's very well known. So he was actually born on Friday the 13th, which is pretty cool if you think about it. And his 100th birthday would have also fallen on a Friday, so his 100th birthday would have been on a Friday the 13th. I just think that's cool. Also, another fact is that, maybe movie makers are just suspicious, or maybe this is just a coincidence, but the Friday the 13th movie franchise, there are only 12 movies.
Really?
Yeah. They haven't made a 13th one. They have yet to say anything about making a 13th one. So
Intriguing.
maybe they're just suspicious, or maybe they're scared to make a double unlucky movie, a Friday the 13th movie released on Friday the 13th, and it would be the 13th movie of the franchise. That would be kind of suspicious, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. And also another cool fact, which isn't necessarily having anything to do with horror, but has to do with Friday the 13th. Finland has dedicated Friday the 13th to be a National Accident Awareness Day.
That's cool.
They raise awareness about accidents that happen, like safety and road safety and things like that. And I just think that that's pretty cool that they took that day that people feel like super worried about things. They turned it into something to make people feel better.
So from now, another feature we have, from now until October, we will be sharing ghost stories on our show. So let's start with our first one. So once, there were two girls who shared a college dorm together. Their names were Meg and Vanita. So one night, they went out partying. Meg realized she forgot her purse in her dorm, so she ran back quickly to go grab it. She opened the door, went in, didn't worry about turning on the light because she knew where she was going. She grabbed her purse and went out, and she carried on to the party. So they partied, had a good time, and then later in the night, Vanita got tired, so she left early and went to go back to their dorm to go sleep. So then the next morning, Meg, who partied all night, she went back to the dorm, and there were police officers outside. So she went up to one of them and said, "Officer, what's the problem?" And he says, "There's been a murder." And she was shocked, and she said, "Please let me see." And he said, "No, I can't do that. It's a bit sloppy in there." And she said, "Please let me see. I need to see." And finally, he let her go upstairs, and she walked into her room, and she saw her roommate covered in a clean white sheet. And on the big mirror in their room, in red, there were the words, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" spooky stuff.
Always turn on the light.
Always do.
That's creepy.
That's all we have for you today,
Scary.
THS. No joke today.
No
but
joke.
We'll have
We had lots of features, so I will give you a joke next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. And we hope you have a great Friday, THS. There's a football game tonight. It's Friday
Go
the
support.
13th. Stay safe. Don't do anything crazy. And have a fantastic Friday
and weekend.
and weekend.
See you guys Tuesday.
Bye, THS.